A great Taco Tuesday. It is a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And it has been a very interesting day in many aspects. And we had a couple of meetings going on today. So we're going to talk a little bit about. Is that your beeping?
That's you. All the alerts.
Oh, it's just all those people that are registering in. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And, it's just been one of those days. It has been jam packed, and it's just a lot of information going on. Este, Today we have Nelda with us. How you doing, Nelda?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Este, how was your day?
Informative. I got a chance to sit down and watch some TV and just the breaking news. So many different things popped up. The Vanessa situation, Vanessa Guillen. I watched a little bit of that. Very heart wrenching. The mother's, I mean, obviously, just it broke my heart. I can't even imagine. I don't ever want to imagine. And apparently, a bunch of high ranking officials lost their jobs and benefits and their careers, and they're going out for more. And she was very upset.
Hey, Jesse. Yeah, it's crazy. Getting that joke. Jesse, almost for the first, Papa. Edie Joe, Ray, Royal, evening, Steve. Guys, sorry, La Scooter won't be ready until tomorrow, unfortunately. Hopefully tomorrow. Good evening, Erasmo. Another good evening, Papa. Papa,
Good evening.
love you from San Antonio. Stay safe out there. Hello from Rio de Janeiro. Good evening, all. Good evening, Leah. Saludos para mi güera Alejandra hasta Madero, Tamaulipas.
Wow.
Erasmo, ¿qué pasa, mi Sergio? Good evening, Erasmo. And Nelda, did you like the Selena series? Absolutely.
Loved it.
No.
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I watch it for what it's worth. It's entertainment. I mean, it tells a story. Um, enjoy it for what it is. I missed the whole that it was Brownsville. I didn't read the signs. Who cares? I mean, we already know what happened at the end, and my heart goes out to that family as well. Nobody wants to have that, but we already knew what happened at the end. Though that's only the first season.
You might not want to spoil it for those people that don't know.
I guess maybe not. But we're at the part where the drama where she's falling in love, and she's got to tell her, dad's got to find out. He found out, so and then dun dun dun. So, but I already watched it. It's good.
And anyway, guys, sorry, I'm trying to catch up on everything. Guys, it is just a jam-packed night. Sorry. We have a board meeting still going on. Is that correct, Nelda?
It's still on. They're in closed session right now.
Para llorar el día de hoy. Evening, guys. Great show. Thank you, Guadalupe. Nelda, have you been following the board meeting? I have absolutely not. Tiene razón. Y no le hicieron caso. Ahora se aguantan. Ahorita vamos a platicar de eso.
Oh, my gosh.
Good evening, Erasmo. Let me catch up to the comments and we'll go into it. Kaila, SpaceX launch, Erasmo, quema más el scooter que el rocket. Well, today, yeah, because the launch was actually scrubbed. There was actually no launch today for the rocket. Did you know that? No, that it was supposed to go up today?
Yeah, I was watching it, and it's like, ooh, jale. Then all of a sudden, the live feed, because I was watching on a Facebook Live, I think KRGV or one of those stations, and just all of a sudden it switched to something else, and I thought, well, I closed my eyes for a second, not the whole thing.
Well, I think in the last 48 seconds it was scrubbed, something like that. Is that about right?
Yeah, and I didn't even pay attention after that. Why? What happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was something to do with the rocket or something to do with the weather, but all of a sudden, and all of a sudden it just got scrubbed. I was very, very unfortunate. Let me tell you, I'm excited. As much as I've dogged on SpaceX, I'm excited to see a lot of the rockets fly up in the air. I mean, God, we've already paid for it. We might as well get a little bit of bang for our buck.
Yeah, I was getting ready to drive out there. I thought, well, I'll go drive by the airport and see how, see how close you have to get. Maybe they have the little silos over there by the port. Those big round ones, those big tall things. So I think the photo was right.
Uh, well, yeah, it's crazy. There's one thing. There's one thing that I can guarantee is that we'll surely soon find out what's going on with all this other stuff.
hmm hmm Oh
And
yeah.
now, Nelda, tell me, how is the meeting going with BISD? What's going on? What happened?
Well, it's been quiet. What happened to the speakers? What happened to our voice? The ones that got voted in? I haven't heard them say anything except for Miss. She abstained from one of the votes. What was her name? That lady,
Which one?
one of the new girls,
Denise, Daniela.
Daniela. She said that she was going to have to abstain because she's going to have future stuff with the zoo. I did not know. I mean, I did not know. So every year when I was a teacher, they'd give you these little uh, cards, these tickets to go to the zoo. You could take your
Right.
kids, do a field trip. I'm middle school, so a lot of times I would just pass out whatever they gave me, and the kids went, great. If kids didn't go, great. Well, the district pays for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. It's
No,
not for
nobody
free.
told us. That's my point.
Yeah.
Nobody told us that we could. That it even says on the agenda, on the backup material. See, all these years I never knew that you could read the backup material. I never saw it before. So today I finally read it, and apparently there's some backup material that says, um, here's the contract. You can go to the zoo. The teachers get a ticket to go, and uh, you know, and with either with your students or without. And then, did I just lose Erasmo? Am I still here? Hey, everybody. But anyway, you get a ticket, and yeah, where'd you go, buddy?
Sorry, guys. Know that I left you in charge of the show.
Well, damn, we're all screwed. I kept talking and looking up the agenda. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Basically, uh, we pay for the zoo, we pay for the children's museum, we pay for, and I say we because we, the taxpayers, through the BISD, they board approved that. And she abstained because apparently she's going to have some further workings with the zoo.
Well, again, God only knows what these people are thinking about or what these people are going through. But let me tell you, it makes no sense. I think at this point they don't even understand what they're doing. There is no conflict, you know.
Well, they will know because apparently we pay, or we're going to pay. They just board approved. I want to say it was $6,000 in some kind of like a program. And I want to say, and I could be wrong, there was $6,000 a month or a year. That apparently it's going to save 18,000 from or something like that. Anyway, long story short, they're going to get to go to trainings, the school board, so that they can work together. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
well, I don't know what that is. What did he call it?
Board training.
Yes, it's on there. It's on the agenda. Anyway, they approved it, and all I could think of was, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm serious because teachers have to pay teacher to if they need any help. There's no like resources. Yeah, we can go to Region One, which all of that should be free, or we can go. We're supposed to go to our deans, but they're so busy policing half the time. Uh, for administration. At least that was my experience. I could, everybody else has different experiences. I did have a few deans throughout my years that they were really sweet and helpful. Robin Trigg, way back in the day, she was just amazing. She really was a teacher for teacher. Anyway, to learn to be a better board member, you get to go to trainings. And you don't always have to go, but they're still going to have to pay it.
Well, it's $2,000 a month that's being paid to McShann, and McShann is a former board member from Harlingen, and
Uh-huh.
McShann, McShann is a businessman, guys, and he sells consulting work, and the district is now paying him $2,000 a month for 3 hours of work.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy.
3 hours of work, $2,000 a month.
That's like a magazine subscription. You can choose to read it or not, but you still have to pay it. And there's no extra resources for teachers or for the students, más bien.
$3,000 a month.
That's crazy.
3 hours a month. 3 hours.
No. Too much money.
AOEB disappeared. It might be AOBE, but I don't know if they were at the meeting today. I think no one spoke at the meeting today.
No, AOBE did speak. In fact, canceled. Veronica spoke, Micaela spoke, and Ida spoke, which I did kind of find interesting that Veronica spoke early on in the meeting, and they had broken it up. So it was about a particular topic, and she spoke, and then Ida was going to speak, or one of them was going to speak and said, no, that's not the right time for that. So then they finally did the public part, and that's when they spoke. And I don't think they wanted Ida to speak because they kind of mentioned, well, she's not on the list.
Oh, they were trying to get her off.
Yeah, and and they wanted them at the end because they were all virtual. All three of the ladies apparently were virtual, and they're going into private. They should be discussing, because Mr. Garcia let it slip that from now on, anybody who wants to speak to the board has to do it in public. I have to go over there. They can't do it virtual. Changing the rule there.
Well, again, we all know all of a sudden that he has tested positive, still carrying around an oxygen machine, and I guess he's okay with other people coming into close contact with him. But little Eddie has never given a rat's ass about anyone but himself. So again, guys, y'all voted for these people. So unfortunate. Good evening to all. Sorry I'm late. Yes, Daniel. What's up, my man? Little Eddie declared that future meetings will have no virtual public comments or any comments not related to the meeting. He's already shutting people off. 100%, guys. Look, where's all this transparency? Where's all this? Hey, let's be opening up. Let's have more individuals, give more individuals the opportunity to speak, who actually care about their well-being, who actually believe that this virus is not a hoax.
I'm a little bothered by that, because aren't they, the board members, supposed to be the voice of the community? How else is the community supposed to let them know what we think? Okay, so are we always going to be emailing them? Are we always going to be phone calling them? What if they don't answer the phone? I mean, the one time I spoke in front of the board years ago was the incident happened that moment, that day. So how was I supposed to get to him?
It's crazy. They approved to pay a board consultant $2,000 a month for 3 hours of work a month, so they can be a recognized board. Really, it's all about the students, not to them, JJ.
They want to be a recognized board to the state and, well, the region, and that Mr. Dr. Gutierrez was the one who was like saying all of that. If you guys, we got to learn to work together so we can be on the state recognition.
Yeah. They're trying to work together. They don't even know how to communicate with each other or amongst themselves. What the hell? What a crock of crap. 100%. Oh,
wait a minute. They don't even have to worry about that. Every vote tonight was unanimous. What the heck? They're already working together. They're all doing whatever they want. This one person wants.
Yeah. Good evening, Jessica. Good evening. Good evening, Miss. You please stay, Miss. You please stay. I miss you too, Papa. You stay safe too. Vero was going to speak on Schoology.
Yep. Oh, and Schoology. Let's get on that one. There are some people that are like, well, we were told at the very beginning of the school year. Again, I don't know any of that, but I do know that what it once you get started with something, all of a sudden they'll switch it to something else. And then remember, site-based decision is definitely a if one administrator really gets on fire about one thing, well then they're all switch everybody that, you know. So there's no uniformity, there's no real understanding. But apparently Schoology is going to be like the big umbrella, and all the other little programs and platforms that they use will come under that, and it'll unify. And apparently Schoology is going to be um, like to keep attendance for the kids
Well, I
so they
think
can monitor kids.
I think that's the only thing that they're really concerned about right now. Because at the end of the day, I think the frustration that a lot of the teachers are mentioning is that they're going to have to go out and learn the new program by as soon as the new semester starts, because they're going to go on it after the 15th of December or the 18th of December. If that's the case, guys, I mean, when are or when are teachers supposed to learn it? And the answer to that is during their Christmas vacation.
Well, they also are this platform, according to, I think it was Dr. Salceda who was explaining to the school board, this platform also allows administration to be connected and know what's going on with everything. Greater local control.
Un saludo para mi hija Jackie. Jackie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday, dear
Birthday, dear Jackie.
Jackie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Yay.
Now that you must run for next board elections too, always loved how outspoken you are.
I miss Gabby. I miss
Cancel.
you.
Cancel. My smart TV is 20 to turn off. They are all recognized as rats. Yeah. All votes will always be unanimous because the new members are all puppets. They have no concept or clue of what the heck's going on anyway. So I don't think anything except the $2,000 that they're pitching away a month was really, really much prevalent. I mean, guys, they don't know what
Well,
the heck is going on.
they did pay their lawyer. That bill was approved. They also talked about some of the older facilities. Apparently, Vermilion Road has some wiring issue. That's where I started my teaching career.
Oh, yeah, it is an old building.
It's
I,
yeah.
I think they have more than wiring issues over there. Their sales pitch for Quality brings the big umbrella, one link to all platforms. That was the sale pitch for Clever. Clever is supposed to be the one link to all platforms. Yeah.
Apparently, Clever is going to be underneath that as well.
Again, no vacation for teachers. Another bad decision. Part of the problem with it is that there really hasn't been a plan. They're they're killing it as they go, and the more they kill it as they go, the less they actually accomplish out there. And again, it's just chaos, guys. One of the things that we did post this morning was in regards to the and again, the board meeting is still going on. Not a big deal. The other thing that's going that we mentioned this morning was the 18 positives from Hannah. And guys, I actually got confirmed from several individuals out there, and it was expected, guys. There's a lot of individuals out there testing positive, and this is just at Hannah, folks. This is just at Hannah. Well, throughout the day, later on in the day, they did call an emergency meeting at Hannah, and I said, well, finally, they're going to tell the teachers and tell the staff what's going on. So they have an emergency meeting and say, oh well, let's clarify the comments that was made on social media. So they had a special meeting at Hannah because of my post. Again, guys, anyone that thinks that I don't in a certain way influence what goes on in the district or in this city is really probably living in a different world. So I'm very, very glad that they addressed the issue at Hannah in regards to my post. Great. I would have rather that they had spoken the truth and informed staff what really, really is going on. Guys, to anyone out there and to Hannah administration, yes, I have the list of every single individual that has tested positive in Hannah. I have the list out of confidentiality and out of respect for the people that have tested positive. I have opted not to post them, folks. But please, let's not go there. Because if anyone out there in HANA administration thinks, or at higher administration, if y'all think for a second that Erasmo Castro does not know what goes on in this district, then you are blind or not from Brownsville, Texas. So I appreciate that you're having special called board meetings to try and clarify my posts on social media. That's great. I would rather you constantly be informing staff of what really is going on our schools. And what really is going on in our schools is that individuals are coming out positive.
Yeah.
And teachers and staff who have underlying conditions are at risk.
Mm.
And this is with limited number of students on campus, folks. That is the fact. That is the truth. So what we need to do, folks, is guys, let's start being transparent out there. You know,
Mm.
it's something that the board members constantly go out there and say, oh, no, we got to be transparent. We got to be transparent. It's the last thing that the district is. It's not transparent.
Ay, ay, ay. What are we gonna do? We're. What else did you learn about the conversation? Stop spreading rumors.
Well,
What did they tell the teachers? I can only imagine, man.
it's only that just to, let's clarify that there's only three positives. Uh,
Oh.
what was clarified was let me clarify. Um, cases are not positive because some teachers have felt they wanted to stay home for fear that they may had it, even though they have tested negative. So, yeah, it's not true. They say it's not true, but there's no transparency. We know for a fact, and it has been confirmed. It has been confirmed from several sources. It actually has been confirmed as well from HR. One of the other things that let me say this, guys. One of the other things that the district is asking is for individuals to not be sending anything in writing. No
Yeah.
memos, nothing in writing, nothing. Keep it hush hush. Now
Mm-mm.
they're becoming even más descarados. Now they're literally telling people, guys, don't let word get out. And it's very, very unfortunate. Some individuals asked for clarification in regards to a post that I included from HR in regards to where they're going to start to attrition. Guys, it's very, very simple, guys. They're not going to cut from the top. They're
Mm-mm.
going to cut from the bottom. Now, this last meeting was more of a symbolic meeting. This meeting that they're having around right now is a symbolic meeting. It means almost nothing, folks. Nothing. The real meeting is going to be in January, and
Yep.
that's where we're going to start to see the nitty gritty, folks.
Oh yeah. It, all you have to do is think really carefully. There's been some teachers throughout the different years that at the beginning of the year there's not enough student enrollment, so they move them over to a different campus. Have you ever seen an administrator move like that because there wasn't enough enrollment? No, that doesn't happen, or at least at the Glass Palace. Do they ever move an administrator because of enrollment? No, they don't. So they they did a study, and oh, by the way, that's also on the agenda, and that's really informative. And they did a presentation of all the different locations and the enrollment on how it's declining, or by area how it's going up. For example, Garcia Middle School, and I noticed the middle schools right away because that's where I came from, retired from. Garcia Middle School, Falk Middle School, and there's a third one. Anyway, they're growing, and their trajectory is to gain more because there's a lot of people building in those areas. Versus the campus I was at, it's losing numbers. So I mean, they even use the word they might have to reassign students. What does that tell you? They already, a few years ago, didn't they close a couple of schools because of the buildings?
Well, they
Well,
closed schools because of lack of enrollment. Well, we actually closed schools because of lack of enrollment. Guys, let me say this, guys. At Lucio Middle School, that's the what Maggie's saying.
maybe it was.
Let me say, guys, that we're probably going to lose a lot more enrollment. And guys, and as much as they want to lay blame on, oh well, what Erasmo's posting on social media, what Erasmo's saying on social media, let me say they have no one to blame but themselves, folks. They're
Well,
the
there wasn't it. Uh, New babies. There's no new babies.
Yeah, they're the ones that are out there not being transparent. They're the ones that are trying to keep positives on the hush hush. They're the ones that promised you that students were going to be safe to go back on into onto athletics. It's not true. I warned about students going on to athletics, guys. I warned.
Well,
And I
there's
remember,
also academic. I mean, I know you kind of most importantly right now is to save everybody's life. The kids are going to learn when we catch this up. But our community is not producing highly academically intelligent kids to compete with the rest of the world. They have to be worldwide. They've had in the last few years they've been having meetings with the business people, the business community, and saying, um, we need better workers when they graduate from high school. And colleges are saying, your kids need to be better prepared. Well, when you celebrate substandard as being yay, and I say that because look at the star, the EOC, the passing rate for an EOC. I don't think parents understand. If your kid passes a panzazos, it means they lowered the standard just enough to say, hey, he can go forward, but he or she is missing some stuff, and we need to help that child move it up. What they ought to do is be investing so that nobody leaves elementary not reading, not being able to do basic computation. And then from there, let's see what we can bring them out of. But spend all that $6,000 on extra whatever they need. Make class sizes smaller at the elementary level to help those, make sure those kids have a solid academic foundation. And at the middle and high school, if we get a kid that doesn't have, those basic skills, they ought to invest there and make sure that child. I mean, today, one of the most heartbreaking articles I read, a child shot himself. An elementary kid shot himself on Zoom, and it was in California. And of course, he didn't. He shot himself in the head. His sister found him. The teacher alerted everybody. We don't want to frustrate these kids anymore. They're already pressured out with all this stuff. You got to be kidding me. I don't know. The focus on what these people are thinking, I'm just really disappointed.
well, in regards to the birth rate going down as part of the report, guys, I think this is already in the equation because it's already projected. It's not so much the birth rate, guys.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that a lot of these administration, what they want to do is they want to blame other individuals. Guys, administration has no one to blame but themselves. They've had no plan. They've gone back and forth in regards to the different platforms, the different programs. They promise hotspots, they promise laptops, they promise computers, they promise programs, they promise training, they promised school supplies. They produced hardly anything. And individuals, guys, they start to plan around a lot of the things that administration had told them. And then all of a sudden they get the rug yanked from under their feet, folks. And administration wants to think, well, we're losing kids because of the birth rate. No, you're losing kids, moron, because you don't keep your promises. You're not being transparent. You're keeping the numbers hush hush. You're not telling people the truth. That is why you're losing students, folks. That is why. That is why individuals start looking at other options, other better options. Look, and I know this for a fact. My nephews go to school in Los Fresnos.
Yep.
My nephews go to school in Los Fresnos because of all this crap, folks.
Yeah.
Because of this. They're tired. They're frustrated. And they're excelling in Los Fresnos, man. Why? And you know what? You know what's really trippy is that then people are saying, well, then why doesn't the district control the property north of Alton Glore. Why is that
Oh, there you go.
assigned to Los Fresnos? Guys, no podemos con lo que tenemos. We can't. We can't. They can't. And we still want to take more of Los Fresnos students to come into Brownsville? No, but shut up. Shut up.
No, but shut up. The city already took care of that for BISD. Isn't that rezoned to Los Fresnos anyway? Because the city kind of let it go.
Well, it's part of the history of what happened a long many years ago, guys.
Yeah.
This is what happened. There's no vision in this city, folks. I'm sorry. There for the city of Brownsville, there's no vision. There's no leadership. So the people from entonces, let it be zoned for Los Fresnos. Doesn't much matter. They didn't envision Brownsville growing as far north as has grown. Goodness gracious! Sooner or later, we're going to touch ends with Los Fresnos. I mean, we're going to be a skip hop away. We're almost there. It's going to happen. Look at all this property behind the mall, El Chaparral, where I live now. Guys, I never thought that would be part of Brownsville, but I wasn't an elected official. I mean, I was supposed to think that it was going to be part of Brownsville. Guys, era puro monte. Yep. All it was monte.
Yep.
So it was. We have no vision in the city of Brownsville.
No innovative thinking. I mean, think about it. When they built Morrison, remember when they opened up Target and all that wonderful stuff? They made it a two-way lane. They had to reconstruct it to widen it to what it is. And even then, there's only so many exits out of the Target area. I mean, nombre shut up is right.
Yes.
No forethought.
You missed too much. EOC week. Well, let's see how many cases Trey Trevino and Rene Gutierrez collude to not let people know. Guys, the numbers are screwed up, guys. And I've posted the numbers, but you know what? I'm getting tired of looking at Cameron County numbers, guys. They are fudged up. Cameron County is doing a horrible job in reporting the positive cases here in Cameron County. All you have to do is compare Cameron County's numbers with Hidalgo's numbers, and you're going to find out that there's something very, very, very wrong. And what really hurts is that then a lot of our municipalities and a lot of our school districts here in Cameron County then start making decisions based on the damn wonky numbers. They're wonky numbers. They're not real.
Oh, yeah. They don't correlate with what you're posting, please send prayers for, and please send prayers for, and please send prayers for.
Well, and they're not correlating with what people are posting on their own social media sites. Guys, all you have to do is do a site study, guys. And by a site study, I don't mean one of these wonky little studies that the city of Brownsville does and the BISD does, that they say in study after study after study, survey after survey after survey after survey. Guys, all you have to do is go look through your damn news feed, folks. And you go look through your damn news feed and you see ribbons, death, ribbons, sick, ribbons, COVID. And you really think that we have 20-some positives in Brownsville for Monday? Are y'all nuts? Are y'all crazy? Do you think that the FOC is getting more students because they used to be zoned for Cummings, who usually have a large majority of students who are from Matamoros? Oh, yeah, man. I mean, look, a lot of our Falk students, a lot of our Porter students are from Matamoros, man. I mean, we see las ¿cómo se llaman? Las rolas. That's what they're called, las rolas. Someone
those vans that go around?
Yeah, the vans. I mean, guys, the vans, they come from Matamoros. I don't know if they're still coming or letting them cross now with the border restriction as it is. But somebody's driving those rolas, or they were driving those rolas, and they would bring them every day, man. And you're talking about like a fleet of white vans, guys, of vans bringing the kids over. And the other kids that couldn't make it on las rolas were cancel. The other cancel. My damn TV. The other kids were just literally walking across the damn bridge, guys. And, again, very unsafe for my students. And again, I'm not dissing the kids coming over, guys. But people, a great percentage of our students in Brownsville, it might come into a surprise to a lot of people out there. They're not from Brownsville. are not U.S. citizens. Again, not dogging it. It's just a fact. So did Minerva happily waddle into the boardroom? Vieja pingüina. She is a penguin.
No, but she does not know. She's not wearing her mask properly.
She never does. She
Oh
wears
my
it under her
gosh.
nose.
I remember at the recount, I would just try to walk away because that bothered me so much. I thought, here I am. The only reason why I really wanted to be there was to help and to learn. You know, you go by doing, you learn something new. So I was trying to learn something new, and I knew we're in the middle of a pandemic, and so I'm trying to be. I was always washing my hands. I was always trying to with hand sanitizer, and I would stay away from everybody as much as I could. But you don't wear your mask right here under the nose. You must cover the nostrils.
Well, her beak.
Oh my,
La
well,
mendiga pingüina. Erasmo, so no bonus? Nelda, you want to answer that?
well, no, no bonus for anybody except if you happen to be from Porter or from
Oh,
Falk. Those two campuses are involved in a grant. Now, I was reading that a little bit of that information, and I actually have some friends that work at Porter, and I've we've discussed lesson planning and extra instruction, and I'm thinking, I have some former friends from some former colleagues from Stell, and they do about the same amount of work and about the same amount of stuff to try to ensure academic success for their students. How come the grant wasn't offered to the other campuses, especially if the campus, like today, Stell had to do some kind of presentation, though I didn't see that there was no presentation. They just kind of turned in their report, I guess. But because they had a low rating, that's one of the campuses, and there were several uh, that had to do a presentation. Why didn't they give them some more money? They could have given more money going that way. But now a teacher can now earn extra and become a master teacher or an exemplary teacher. And they got these big checks and they took a group photo and they all stood there, not 6 feet apart. But anyway, but they were celebrated because they get bonuses for their work, and kudos to them. I'm happy for them. But the rest, nobody's getting a dime. But they
not
paid the lawyer. They did pay a lawyer. That got done.
lawyers got paid today, guys. Lawyers got a bonus. Consultants got a bonus, and teachers and staff, nada,
Not a dime.
not a dime. No plans whatsoever. Absolutely no. Yes, Mr. Castro was the first one who had the guts to state sports was not safe. Was not safe, guys. And again, look, guys. Look, my kids are in sports in Los Fresnos, guys. And again, Los Fresnos is being very, very cautious. As crazy as it may sound, and someone asked me the other day, he goes, "Aren't you concerned that your nephew is playing basketball in Los Fresnos?" And I go, "No, because they are being actually very, very, very cautious. I'm sorry, I don't trust. I don't trust this administration. I don't trust this school board with the safety of our students, or the safety of our coaching staff, or the safety of our community as a whole. I don't. I don't. And anyone that does is nuts. Nuts. Because they have no regard for safety. They have no regard for the well-being of students, staff, or the community. They just don't care. And if they did, they'd be an ounce, a little bit more transparent, and just give us the data, give us the facts, throw it out there. They don't care. It's very true that education standards that BISD promote is below substandard. Students enter high school without knowing how to read, spell, write, or how to do simple math operations. Well, let me tell you, Lucy, I'm pretty horrible at math myself.
I like calculators.
And I have a bachelor's degree, but I already shared how I manage my math at the college level. I don't hear anything mentioned in the report of students leaving to charter schools, though that was going to be brought up. Let me tell you, kids are leaving to charter schools, and not because the charter schools are doing anything any better. They're not. It's just a choice, and just
Well,
people are tired of the bull crap.
it's a business. And I could be wrong. I don't want to insult any charter school people. My point is this: my understanding of charter school is cancel. Um, they it's a business, and you as a parent, you know right away you're going into a business. Their business is to do what they said they're going to do, and they do. From my understanding, they do whatever they can to comply with the business. Whereas in public school, it's always been an art. Teaching is an art. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody, we try to go and address the needs of every individual child. One thing I wanted to ask, that was another thing. I don't know how to be on the public other than going to sign up and speak at the school board meetings. But supposedly there's a way to do it Zoom, and I should have found out ahead of time. But that Schoology thing, what I want to know is how, if everybody can have access to it, how much privacy is it for each individual student? Because isn't it supposed to be confidential? If every administrator can access everything, I mean, really, that just stuff like that just makes me think, if are they being really confidential? What's the firewalls do they have to protect the students' confidentiality? Because they said that, so my understanding is the umbrella is going to be, and it has all the apps and it has everything to do attendance for the students, and for the administration to have better monitoring of attendance for the students. And the dyslexia person's going to be there, the special ed person's going to be able to access it. Everybody's going to access all that information. Can anybody access a kid's info? Just wondering. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was a little too broad.
I'm not sure. The idea of education and college readiness is so below the standard that even the university here is saying that graduate students cannot handle a college class. That is very unfortunate. The majority of graduating high schools have to take preparatory classes before actually starting their college path. 2 years wasted away. And let me tell you, I think they wanted to test me, and I know of other individuals that got tested when they were going into college, and I thought, like, why are they doing this? And
Yeah.
I wonder. My question is, do they do that everywhere, or just in areas that are considered at risk like ours? And Albert, you're right. In 1991, Lakeway was 6 minutes outside of Brownsville for me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What happened with Hannah? They're all infected. Just 18. Did you see how much they spent on working with the zoo and Brownsville Fine Arts
I
Museum?
know. It's a lot of. That's what I guess that was my point. I didn't know they spent that much money for me to have access to it as an instructor. And I could have done this and that with my kids. I would have gone. Or
Lorenzo was asking in regards to where the Performing Arts Center is located in Los Fresnos.
not here.
Not here. They're building a Performing Arts Center for their students.
Yeah, not here.
In Harlingen. In San Benito, they're building a Performing Arts Center for the students.
Not here.
Brownsville?
Not
No, we're pissing away money to Fine Arts Museum and
Lawyer.
Zoo and to other agencies that should be taken care of by the city of Brownsville. It's like if we're double dipping, guys. Look,
Yep.
we pay taxes to the city of Brownsville. The city of Brownsville collects all this money. The city of Brownsville is supposed to maintain the zoo, maintain the Fine Arts Museum. They're the ones that should make sure that they're there so that we, the citizens of Brownsville, and our students can have access to it.
Yep.
Well, guess what? The school district also is supporting the zoo and supporting the Brownsville Fine Arts Museum, guys. So, and you pay taxes also to BISD. So actually, you're paying twice for the same crappy service that you're getting at these, the crappy stuff that you're getting at these places. Does that make sense to anyone?
Nope.
Now, it's very, very simple. And David's right, guys. So we're pissing away this money for something that the city should already be taking care of. I mean, the city doesn't know what the hell they're doing, guys. And all you had to do was look at the city commissioners meeting today, and
Ah,
it was a cluster, guys. It was a mess. Did you see the videos that I posted in regards to what was going on at the city commission meeting?
I just saw the one about the term limits.
The Jessica Claus.
Okay, I don't know anybody, and please don't be mad at me, people. I don't know anything. But girl, girl, term limits is good for everybody.
The Jessica Claus.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Jubilee, or all those charter schools are here because they're business people. They see how BIZ is too busy contracting compilers to watch the district money and put it in their pockets. 100%. That's right. The school marquees went from honoring A to B on a road to what we want, 100% attendance. Why? Because attendance equals money, 100%. My hats off to teachers. They really are working so hard. Yes.
Yes.
And they're going to be working a lot harder during Christmas vacation. Bring germs over, not kids. Yes. So did either one of you sign up for those boards? Yes. Did we get appointed?
No.
Let me tell you who did get appointed, guys.
Oh, hey.
Oh, well, before I go into this question, and guys, we only got 14 minutes, so we'll go very quick. Before I go into this question, I did post the videos in regards to Jessica, complaining because the city commission wants to start to instill term limits, which is a great thing. There should be term limits. No one should serve more than 2 terms. I'm all for. But
Yeah.
guys, and Jessica made a big scene, and it's on my page. You can see the video if you want. But guys, this is how hypocritical the board is. City commission, city of Brownsville. This is how hypocritical they are. They did have seats for the zoning and planning committee. They did have seats for BCIC. They had seats for some other ones. Guys, it's the same people on those damn boards and committees. So here, follow me, guys. You've got a city commission who is trying to instill term limits for city commissioners and mayors. Still a good thing. Then if they're so adamant in regards to replacing with new individuals, then why are they constantly replacing the same board members and committee members to the dumb committees? Isn't the logic that they use, because the logic that they use, it was a good piece of logic. They should go on to better things, to other things.
Right.
Like city commissioners, they should go on to maybe running for mayor or running for a county position or running for a state position or running for other positions, which is fine. Okay. Then why don't you get all these board members that have been serving on these boards? Because it's the same people, folks.
Yeah.
It's the same people were serving on these city boards. Why don't you ask them to leave the seats and allow the new people that have never served on a committee or on a board? Why don't you give them the opportunity to serve? And these old people, encourage them to run for office. Because let me tell you, anyone and their mother could be appointed. Let them get down in the dirt and run for office. Pero you're putting back onto the boards individuals that have been on the boards for years. But you want to quash the term limits of commissioners, which I agree with. So stop being hypocritical. Now, if it wasn't bad enough, folks, they had the GBEC board. The GBEC board. And if y'all remember correctly, they got rid of all the GBEC board. Wiped them away. All members. Well, they had the opportunity to put people from the community on GBEC. Does anyone know who they selected to be on GBEC?
Nope.
They voted for themselves.
Well, there you go.
The
It's
city, the city commission, folks, voted for themselves
well, there.
to be on the GBEC board.
Everything's gonna be all right.
But there's always a but. But
Oh, chispas.
the bylaws for GBEC, bro, clearly states the membership of the board of directors for GBEC may not include not or may include not more than one member of the Brownsville City Commission.
How much you want to bet that the new board is going to have a policy rework here, and that number 3 is going to be like, bye.
But they're breaking their own policies, their
Oh,
own,
please.
their own ordinances, guys. This is
Uh,
this is
they're
the rule. The
but
rule is you
they're
can't do it.
trusting this community to not do anything. They're trusting this community to not care enough to say, hey, wait a minute. These were the rules you had in play. Let's follow them. That is exactly what happens with BISD. They have policies there, but it might be site based. So at our campus, we have to do this and that. So it doesn't necessarily apply. When they also have that district of innovation, greater local control, they can kind of tweak this and that, saying that they're gonna, do it for the kids when it was supposed to be about enrollment. And so this is the same type, that board, this board, Brownsville. They're going to tweak that rule, bet you anything, before they. No, I don't have any confidence that they're going to follow their own rules.
Guys, the TIA and the money the district, the school gets a percentage, and of course, Uncle Sam also takes a piece of the pie. It's crazy. We need to remember that volleyball teams that have positive players, that's veterans. What can people do? People who work at the district, certified and classified, do to prepare for potential exposure to the use of sick days, guys? Let me tell you guys. After December 31st, those 10 days that fell under the CARES Act are gone. You're going to have to start using up your sick days, your sick leave, your days. Charter schools I taught at UTRGV are total burros. They inflate their grades.
Aww.
I'm sure it happens everywhere, guys. Here, puro cheat or repeat, right, Erasmo? Preach, bro. New series from the Selena series called Sylvia's Story from the How the Young Girl Grew Up and Sideways Crew. That's very true. Charter schools do inflate student grades. They place students at the grade level they will be successful, so you can have a third grade doing first grade work and, of course, be successful. Sugarcoat. They must have learned from BISD. I learned to write in university. High school was a waste. And again, that's going back into the things that we were saying this morning or yesterday. Guys, let's start teaching the stuff that's actually going to matter. Idea parents are clueless on the technique used. They only care about the good grades. Some teachers don't even speak English. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué dices? Ati? Not dissing idea, but seriously, research patterns. Parents ask questions. I was blown away my first year at TAMU by how far I was behind everyone else, and I was in AP and advanced classes. Nothing against the teachers. They were awesome. The district, on the other hand, is a piece of crap. Yes. The insurance PID pays $2.6 million and it went to $3.1 million. So the guy said, because of the Fine Arts Center and some other building that not one pay attention to board meeting, Brown and Pena would not let no one talk.
Yep.
The peppermint idea actually have lines in the floor that kids have to walk on. Clocks that sound every time, lesson plans written, assistant principals. Honestly, I'm glad I went to Mexico and BISD. Hi, lovely people. Liz! And y'all, that's a topic going on tonight. Oh, we're talking about City Commission and BISD meetings that went on today. I'm sorry I got cut off words. I actually have a limit where I can type here. It's not a good thing. People that went on to college agree if it wasn't for some teachers going above and beyond, we would be nowhere. Bless those teachers, preach, and really teach better material than the district provides. Yes. Well, we have amazing teachers. Erasmo, hola, Manny! Rose, what? ¿Qué? Los perros se comen su propio gomito. Guys, so this is what's going on at the city. And guys, it's unfortunate for us because it's the culture here in Brownsville, man. The
Yeah.
culture the culture here in Brownsville is si no tranzas, no avanzas. Si no tranzas, no avanzas. And let me tell you, it was a lesson that a lot of the current board members have learned very well from their master, Sylvia Atkinson. It's unfortunate. It's true. Si no tranzas, no avanzas. And unfortunately for a lot of our staff out there, guys, I mean, my heart goes out to y'all guys. It really does. But it's not a good day at BSD. There will be no bonuses.
No bonus. Oh, and one last thing before you do leave. One of the big topics for discussion today was the insurance. Blue Cross Blue Shield made their presentation, and the questions were asked. And of course, it's all wonderful and great and fantastic until you have to go to the doctor, and teachers are going to have to pay, or employees are going to pay.
100%.
So they need to learn about their own insurance, not expect administration to help you out there.
No, guys. It's a mess. Uh, Tomorrow, we're going to go over in regards to what's going on with the city, GBEC, the final details in regards to what happened with the votes today on the. But so I'm surprised if I get it correctly, and I didn't see the meeting, but what I'm guessing is that Prisi was objective in regards to them cutting off the Zoom.
Everybody was fine with that. Like, one person was in control. As far as the Zoom and not wanting Ida to be a part of the conversation, it seemed like okay, but they definitely were gonna, behind closed doors, they were gonna discuss that, and I bet you anything they're gonna change their policy and how they're gonna allow. From now on, you can't just talk about anything. It has to be something on the agenda that night. So again, my question is, aren't the elected officials supposed to be there to represent what the people want for our school district to be doing for our students? I thought that's what it was for.
Well, we know better.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's disappointing and disheartening when here we are, school teachers trying to teach kids, and all those years I wasted or spent um, thinking, hoping, and then I just thank God I had all the wonderful students that I had, even the difficult ones, because that's the only way you get through that.
Well, it's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate that the way that the insurance went. Clinics are making a killing on the COVID testing. If you have insurance, they are charging $1,800 to $2,000. Well,
Whoa.
that's a lot of cash. You can get a home test for $35.
Ooh, did you hear that Walmart's going to be selling?
I did not know that.
I think I read a link on that one. I didn't get to finish the whole article, but I think Walmart's next adventure is going to be selling at-home COVID test.
Well, I think I'm okay.
I'm staying home.
Look, and guys, again, been saying it for a while, guys. You have to take care of yourselves, guys. You can't trust the city commission. You can't trust definitely can't trust this administration or this school board. You have to take care of yourself. You have to social distance. You have to wear your face coverings. You have to, your gel, guys. I'm sorry. I'm seeing too
Yep.
many people. I'm seeing too many people around town without face coverings, and I'm talking about children everywhere.
Yeah.
Stop it. I went to the exceptional ER to COVID testing. They did blood work, but me an IV and X-ray and charged my insurance $18,500. $18,500. Yeah, but
Oh.
then again, guys, come on, Rodney. You should know that exceptional ER is it's high end, bro. I mean, I imagine the hospital would probably charge you half of that.
Wow.
It's still a lot of money, but not complaining. Now the last words.
Everybody stay safe and do your homework.
Yes, guys, stay safe. Guys, research what's going on. I'll be posting a little bit tonight on what happened with the city, what happened at BISD. Guys, stay safe. Hand sanitizer, face mask, social distance. Take care of each other, and please take care of me. Oh, anyone needing N95 mask from Los Fresnos, Port Isabel, San Benito, Harlingen, or Brownsville going on to campuses? If you need an N95 mask, stop by my office and pick some up. No charge. They're for you. I want you to be safe. I want students to be safe. I want our communities to be safe. So if you are going onto a campus, any campus in this area, Idea, Harmony, anyone, and you want an N95 mask, come by and pick one up. God bless, guys.